I think that's what it's all about, serving full circle. YOTO helped me a lot when I was in high school. It really helped me get out of a bad spot in my life, and it empowered me, really. It made me feel almost invincible.
I've been a part of YOTO since I was a sophomore. It's 2017 and I'm a senior, and words can't describe how excited I am. I'm counting down the days.
I was very fortunate to graduate at age 16. I was also very fortunate to become a Gates Millennium Scholar, which basically paid for my entire education, which is amazing. Now I'm a fourth-year student at the University of Arizona studying psychology and Spanish. I also tutor part-time, and I am an AmeriCorps member.
Let's just say this, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I would be struggling. YOTO has been there for me every step of the way. As a sophomore until now senior, YOTO has helped me with school supplies, from financially, transportation, every little thing you can think of. I'm so excited for my future. I've been accepted to the University of Arizona. I'm going to be going in for criminal justice and hopefully law school later in life.
I would say February, sophomore year of high school, my dad and my stepmom were both incarcerated. 12 police cars and SWAT cars came to my house and kind of just pulled my dad from our home. He was involved with drug distribution. He made a lot of bad decisions. A week later, they came and got my stepmom and removed her from my home as well. And it was just me, my siblings, and my grandmother. And it was hard. It was really hard. It was hard to live.
I've pretty much been on my own a lot of my life. I was on my own at the age of 5, I would say. It made things hard growing up, not having your mom and dad there to support you.
I had to get another job. I worked in my high school, I was tutoring, I was just doing as many things as I could to kind of get a little bit of extra money for my family. And then after school, I would go home and help change diapers, cook dinner, kind of do whatever I can to help my grandmother out. If I didn't have YOTO support, I would probably not have finished high school or attended the university, or even, I honestly don't know where I would be right now. It was really hard, managing school and work, and I was in a really low point of my life at the time. I was debating whether school was important or whether, working was more important.
I think many of my students would be dropouts. I think many of them would be on the streets. The financial support and the emotional support and the academic support that my students receive from me and from my liaisons on the campus have had a tremendous impact on their ability to stay in school and to be able to get through school and their academic challenges with all their personal challenges.
I started going downhill my freshman year. Things were getting rough, and that's when I joined YOTO.
Youth on Their Own is a dropout prevention program for students in grades 6 through 12 in Tucson and Pima County. We serve students who are homeless through no fault of their own. Youth homelessness does not look the same as adult homelessness. These students are not normally living on the street. Despite misconception, these are not the bad kids or the troublemakers. They have been dealt a challenging start in life. Their parents are either unable or unwilling to care for them. YOTO provides students with a three-pronged approach to support. Students can earn up to $140 a month as a stipend by attending school regularly and earning A's, B's, and C's. In addition to that, we support them with food, hygiene items, basic needs that students have, transportation, school supplies. If students run into emergencies, they can come to us for support for rent assistance or medical bills. And finally, we provide them with guidance, which is probably the most important part. We want to help them get access to other services and also prepare them for life after high school.
It's hard to generalize a student as a YOTO student or as a student that's homeless or unaccompanied, because every story is unique, every student's unique, a different background, a different drive, goals in life, and they kind of push that aside and label them as a YOTO student without really seeing, that student as someone in a certain situation. And it's that generalization of a YOTO student that kind of clouds someone's, opinion of a student. I work in college access because I want my students or our students to know that college is definitely possible for a YOTO student, that, achieving higher education is something that all students should, have the option to do.
What they don't understand is that we don't look like hobos on the street. We're like every other student in class, but what they don't realize is that we're going through things. We don't want to sometimes share our stories. We don't want to go and let the whole class know, hey, we're practically homeless or we live with relatives. Financially, I felt like a little bit of a burden on family and relatives because of the fact that, hey, I'm getting older, I need this for school, I need this.
Jazmin is a unique young woman because despite all her family challenges, she has continued to be a straight A student. And she knows from me and from other people that her ticket in life is to get an education. She's had many days that she's been in here very upset and very distraught about things. But again, the encouragement is you can do it. You've made it this far. You can't give up now. You've got a lot of support. You're never alone, and you can do it.
Eventually, I want to be a donor for YOTO. I want to give my money to our students. I want to help this program, expand. I really think that it is really important that students have that support, not just financially, but that empowerment, that sense that you can do it. That's really important for our students because you lose that faith when, you're kind of thinking about everything else that you have to think about, or when you leave school and you go home and you kind of fall into a slump. And I feel like YOTO brought me out of that slump, and I want to bring students out of that slump.
All you YOTO donors, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have made this possible for me. Everyday life has been possible because of you.
Without the donors, there is no program. And it really means a lot to me to have people who don't even know me, who don't know my story, to support me and to help me do, the best that I can do. Without this program, I probably wouldn't be here. There is support out there, and that there are people out there who want youth to succeed.
I am thankful because I'm going to be standing here graduating in less than a month, and you guys made this possible, and not just for me, but I know for thousands of other students, and thank you so much.